UFG family, what up, though? Welcome to the UFG podcast, episode 15. As you guys can see, as I promised, man, got my dog, my right hand with me as my co-host today, my boy Buck.
Hey.
What up, though?
What's going on?
Yeah, man, welcome. So today, y'all, we gonna get into this, which is a debate. To me, in my eyes, it's not even a debate, but the media and different media people are very irresponsible and created this manufactured debate.
Yes.
Right? So we're going to talk about MJ versus LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
So before I even get into it, before we get into the stats, y'all know Buck coming with the stats. You already know how he land, bro. So before we even get into the stats and we get into it, I want to preface everything by saying that everybody knows we're huge MJ fans on this platform, right?
Yes.
We love MJ. That's the era we grew up in. That's our era, whatever. Okay, so we understand that. But at the same time, we have an objective eye on the game of basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to keep it real as possible. And for those of y'all who are listening that may be LeBron fans, or that maybe who think KD is the GOAT, or that may think Steph Curry is the GOAT, or whoever you think your greatest of all time. And then also, guys, remember, GOAT is thrown around a little bit too much, right?
A little bit loosely, yeah.
Yeah, it's too loosely, bro. Because they'll say, Steph Curry is the GOAT of this generation. LeBron is the GOAT of this generation. No, GOAT mean greatest, singular, of all time. So that's all generations, not just one generation here or there. So just understand where we're coming from when we're saying greatest of all time. And then also, I have an objective eye as well, as I like LeBron's game. His antics, I hate the antics, right? I hate the throwing the teammates under the bus. I hate the trying to steal other people's shine. I hate the you're out of the playoffs. You're eliminated, but you still got to say so or what's going on. Like, I hate that kind of stuff, right? But as far as when it's, 48 minutes, 94 feet, 4 quarters, I appreciate LeBron, what I've watched from LeBron throughout his career. So all you Bronniacs, y'all understand that I'm not bashing him. And just because we don't think he amounts up to who we like, that don't mean we're bashing him. So just understand that. He's a great player. He has to be mentioned with the greatest, okay? So I just want to preface that, because I know a lot of feelings going to get hurt on this episode, dog. It's going to be some feelings getting hurt. But it is what it is, guys. So we just going to keep it all the way real.
Yeah, this is not going to be the we hate LeBron hour.
Right.
Because I don't want to speak for you or Lily, but I think it's safe to say that, LeBron James is a valuable asset to the National Basketball Association. I like what he does for the community, especially with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's done great things with the children. I was recently in
Akron.
Yeah,
that's right.
We went to Cleveland and we shot by Akron. And
what's the name of the school?
His school that he went to, I think it's like St. Vincent.
Oh, you talking about his high school?
St. Mary.
St. Vincent, St. Mary.
It's a Catholic school, but he did create an elementary school. I think it's called the I Promise School.
I Promise, right.
Which is it's made to help the at-risk children, which they're trying to change. They're trying to change the narrative of that.
Yeah.
They're not saying at risk anymore. They're saying at promise. It has a more positive,
a cleaner
connotation
to it.
Yeah, like he's giving away school supplies, bicycles, backpacks for kids who cannot afford it.
That's very dope.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
that's really dope.
Yeah,
and he's actually done a thing that we talked about, my foot surgeries. It seems that LeBron is doing a collab with Hyper Ice. I'm not sure you know what Hyper Ice is, but they make sports equipment that's geared towards rehab and rest. So they have the little massage gun, and then they have like heating packs, icing packs. I have a massage gun my wife got for me as a gift, and I've used that. many a times.
Yeah,
after,
especially with
after a hard day.
Yeah.
And so it seems that the LeBron brand under Nike, they're going to be doing some kind of sneaker that massages your feet. It's more like it's a post-workout shoe.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And if that does come to fruition, I might end up buying my first pair of LeBron sneakers ever. If that does, if it's as good as they say it is, that might be a cop for me because, I've had multiple issues with my feet.
Yeah.
And, so I, commend, hats off, to LeBron James for that. And so with that being said, this is not a bashing hour of LeBron James.
No, not by any means.
I will say that this might be geared toward some of the people who, instead of bigging up LeBron, they will try to bash Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
As a means to make LeBron look better.
Yes. We're definitely going to set our sights on those irresponsible journalists who give these hot takes and these crazy situational who's better than who at this time. Oh, when MJ was 18 and LeBron was 18, come on, bro. Stop that. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop that. But, and to go along with what you were saying, man, LeBron, I've had multiple pair of LeBron's sneakers. I like the 21s, the ones that's out right now. I like those, but I don't want to pay $200 for them. They lows. I don't think they should be $200. I think they overpriced. I think they're heavy. I'm not. I do like them though, but I just don't feel like I want to pay $200 for them. If I catch them on sale, that's a different story.
Yeah.
I've got multiple LeBrons in the collection, so and it's some that I don't have that I do want. So yeah, man, LeBron is not the. We're not. Again, to lament Buck and to repeat after him, this is not beat LeBron. It's not bash LeBron, okay? We're not going to title this episode Bash LeBron, but LeBron fans are hypersensitive, bro. They're very, very sensitive. If you don't feel how they feel about LeBron, you're a hater.
Yeah.
So hey, y'all just, strap on your seatbelts because here we go, man. We going for a ride. So one of the things that I hate, and we'll start off with this one, then we'll piggyback, we'll toss it back and forth.
Sure.
One thing that I hate, Buck, is, of course, we talk every day, bro. So we done had this conversation so many times. I hate the conversation when MJ was a freshman in college, he only averaged 6 points a game. When LeBron was a rookie in the NBA, he averaged 20. Bro, let's stop with that. You know what I'm saying? Like you and I know that this is something that you pointed out, that certain journalists, they take LeBron's most shiniest, best trophy, the biggest accolade, the biggest everything, and dust off Jordan's worst year, his worst whatever, and compare them to. Like, oh, when LeBron was 18, he averaged 20 points a game in the NBA. When Jordan was 18, he only averaged 6 points a game in UNC as a freshman. It's like, dude, for one, when MJ was 18, what was that? Like 1980? 1981?
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying? 1979?
Didn't he go to a team where the number one option was James Worthy?
Yeah. UNC. They already had an established, he was a freshman coming out of high school, going to college. And this is back in what, I think it was 79, because Jordan is what? Jordan is 61 right now, right? So he's 61, and you figure he was born, he's 61. He was born in 63. So 18 to 63, that's 1981, bro. So 81, in 1981, and then LeBron, he's 39 going on 40 with 18. So like 06, 05. That's a huge difference. The game of basketball has evolved so much, bro. Yeah. Like, how can you compare those two, years in their careers, right? And then they'll say, oh, at 38, LeBron is doing this. When Michael Jordan was with the Wizards, he did. Okay, bro. So we just gonna skip over all the good things that Jordan did, and we're gonna take you're not gonna look at it in context. You're just looking at it straight like numbers, and that's not apples to apples.
Yeah,
you feel me?
It's got to be apples to apples, and not apples to oranges.
Yeah, bro, and that's where a lot of these journalists do that, and these fanboys like Nick Wright, Nicholas Wrong, that manufacture these. We've heard him say, if y'all seen, I forget which episode it was where we debunked
the Sweet 16 comment.
Yeah, dog. We debunked it where he literally said the Jordan LeBron debate is good for him personally, right? So he said that out his mouth because he gets paid. Clutch Sports and them probably pay him. The more he say LeBron, he probably say, the more great things you say about LeBron, we'll add an extra couple $100 every time you say LeBron is the greatest.
I wouldn't put it past him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it's brilliant because it's just like marketing. It's marketing. It's just like if we keep watching a Burger King commercial over and over again, guess what? We're going to want a burger. Whether it's Burger King, whether it's Wendy's, whether it's McDonald's, you keep watching that burger over and over, your brain going to tell you, I want a burger, right?
Yeah.
So if we keep hearing, the masses keep hearing, LeBron is the greatest, LeBron is the greatest. They don't care if it's, Wendy's or McDonald's. They just like, he the greatest, right? Mm-hmm. So they don't care. They don't care about the accolades. They don't care about the achievements. They just, he the greatest because he said so.
Right.
Basically. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that I hate, man. I can't stand that. Take Jordan's worst moments again, and he don't have many, but you take one of his worst moments and put it against LeBron's most shiniest moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's whack to me.
That's Sweet 16 loss. Was that 84?
When they lost in the Sweet 16?
When UNC lost in the Sweet 16. Was that 84?
It was 80. It was either 83 or 84. That was the last year he came out, I think.
Didn't he win the gold medal?
Before he even played
that same year, wasn't it?
And then he dominated the NBA All-Stars.
Yeah, so
he
won a gold medal his first time in the Olympics. And didn't LeBron James get a bronze medal in his first time?
Bronze.
And
they needed Kobe.
He had quote unquote better talent on that
Carmelo
04 team.
What they had? Carmelo, Wade, Chris Paul.
I think AI was there.
Chuck, yeah, he was there. Yeah, man, but you're right. And that's one for one. That's apples to apples right there. Mm-hmm. Your first time in the Olympics, his first time in the Olympics. Mm-hmm. What happened? I don't care how old you was, what happened, right? Mm-hmm. What happened? We seen what happened. Michael Jordan didn't even play an NBA game. But in the tournament leading up to that, that's back when if you guys seen the Dream Team episode, we enlightened you guys that the United States was only sending collegiate athletes to play internationally.
In some cases, it was AAU, but it was amateurs.
Yeah. So collegiate athletes were playing international. So leading up to the Olympics, they played the NBA All-Stars.
Right.
And, when we say NBA All-Stars, we're talking Isaiah Thomas. We're talking Larry Bird. We're talking Magic Johnson. We're talking the All-Stars that's in that early 80s window, right? And these guys ain't old. They're in their prime. Mm-hmm. You think about it, this is 1984. Magic came into the league just 5 years prior to that, right? Mm-hmm. So he's not old. And MJ is a rookie, a baby. Dominated him. He dominated. Mm-hmm. Even Bobby Knight said Michael Jordan was the best basketball player he's ever seen. And he's gauging him on a scale by his competition, who he's playing against. Mm-hmm. He's not gauging him on other collegiate athletes. He's gauging him on Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's a good point, man. That's one apple to another apple.
That's apples to apples.
That's apples to apples right there.
Yeah, because it would be unfair for us to compare what Jordan did at UNC and compare that to LeBron's prep or AAU. Yeah. We all know that he did good in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. He was nationally televised in high school. It was on ESPN. I remember watching his games on ESPN. I remember when they came to Detroit, when St. Vincent St. Mary played Detroit back when Redford was a school, Detroit Redford, with Deion Harris played for Detroit Redford. You know what I'm saying? Back in them days. And LeBron, they cleaned Deion Harris and them up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even close, right? But you knew LeBron was going to be great, right? It's no doubting that. But at the end of the day, all right, if you say, all right, well, LeBron averaged 20 points a game when he was 18 in the NBA. Michael Jordan, he averaged 6 points a game as a freshman in college. Okay, well, I'll take that 6 points. You know why? MJ hit the game-winning shot for the national championship. LeBron don't have a national championship. He didn't decide to go to college, but he still don't have a national championship, right?
No, he does not.
So, hey, if you want to take that route, you would rather have a losing season, averaging 20, or win a national championship and you hit the game winner. And that catapulted you into a whole nother stratosphere after you did that. So either way it go, you're losing that argument, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're going apples to onions, onions to apples, tomatoes to oranges, whatever.
Yeah.
You lost that argument because I'd rather have a national championship because I hit the game winner.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But you would rather go through an 82 season, don't make it to the playoffs. That's another apples to apples. MJ made it to the playoff each and every year. LeBron didn't make it to the playoff until his third year in the league.
Yeah.
So I talk to me. You feel me? Like I don't get these just ridiculous statements and hot takes. Oh, LeBron, MJ's team was this or MJ's team was that. And these posts that we see when they say, oh, MJ never won nothing without Scottie Pippen. Tell me an NBA player that won a championship by himself. I don't know one.
Yeah, was it?
I mean, it's 15 men on the roster.
Yeah, was it one versus?
You feel me?
Those active 12.
I mean, I don't
or the whole
get
15.
it. I don't get it, bro. And it's like, okay, as a supporting cast, what's Scottie Pippen's career average with the Bulls? He probably averaged maybe 17 between. I'll be graceful, between 15 to 18 a game, right? He probably averaged as a Chicago Bull, because I know he went and played with the Trailblazers, with the Rockets. He had a career after the Bulls. But
yes,
with the Bulls, while Michael Jordan played with him, Scottie probably averaged about, in between 15 to 18 a game, I would say. Right?
I could probably crunch those numbers later. Like, we remember he came back to the Bulls later.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but if you think about it, bro, who was, 16.1, my statistician on the side. Salute to my bride. So 16.1, right? Look at the supporting cast LeBron had each championship he won. You had D-Wade.
Yeah, D-Wade.
D-Wade was already a finals MVP, bro.
Before he took his talents to South Beach.
Yeah, for an hour. Made us wait a whole hour to say I'm going to Miami.
Yeah.
But whatever. The worst thing he could ever did. And he went and played with a guy that already had a finals MVP. So to me, as a true basketball fan who really looks at the game for what it is, to me, you're eliminated from the GOAT debate. How are you in the GOAT debate when you ran to another team to team up with a person that had a championship, a finals MVP before you had one?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get on his team, and then you have a 2-1 lead in 2011, and you melt down in the fourth quarter, and y'all lose with an overstacked team. Straight up overstacked team, bro.
Chris Bosh was there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, that eliminates you from the GOAT debate. That doesn't mean he's not great, but we're talking the GOAT, greatest of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that eliminates you. Because this guy, he didn't go nowhere.
Nope.
The Bulls sucked for a long time, bro. They sucked. He waited it out. He played. Like, I would rather argue with Kobe, right? Kobe did the same thing. Kobe waited it out. After, Kobe got them 3 rings with Shaq, and he gets penalized for that. Like, Kobe wasn't no Robin, right? It was like Shaq was Superman and Kobe was Batman.
Yeah.
You feel me? It wasn't like, Batman Robin. No, Kobe was not a Robin. People forget in those early 2000 championships, that first three-peat, Kobe Bryant was a monster, bro.
Yeah.
He was not like the sidekick little brother, like, oh, kick it to me, Shaq, I'm open. Kobe carried them through a lot of those games. You know, if y'all remember I got this. When Shaq fouled out, I got this against Indiana in the final. I got this. Chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe was not Robin. Kobe was Batman. Shaq was Superman.
Yeah.
Right? So I would rather argue that, because people like to penalize, oh, he played with Shaq, that's why he got 3. Okay, well, when Shaq left, LA had a huge downtime. Kobe went through his personal legalities. Then after that, what? Kobe gets back-to-back, bro. Mm-hmm. He gets back. He actually got to the finals 3 times, but they lost against Boston in 2008. I mean, he was outmatched. That Boston team, it was stacked. Yeah. Anything is possible. Yeah. You know, that team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
Paul Pierce.
Yeah. You know, Ray.
Yep.
You know, they had a squad, bro. And, you know, Rondo was, you know, Boston was clicking on all cylinders. They had a good, well-rounded squad. But that's neither here nor there. But
one perk there. That's a joke. Anyway.
And just, you know what I'm saying? Like, the next 2 years, he gets back-to-back, bro. And then Andrew Bynum starts screwing up, and, you know, then they lost against Dallas. They got eliminated by Dallas that next year. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It was like, look, man, I would rather argue Kobe with Mike than LeBron and Mike.
Yeah. I'm a comic book nerd, and if you had to say that somebody had to be a Robin, but like the way I look at Robin is there's multiple Robins.
Yeah.
Like you got Red Robin, you got Nightwing, you know. So I would say Kobe might have been a Nightwing, you know, because Nightwing promoted, or he got elevated, right? You know, where he was like, you know, basically at the right hand. Like Batman didn't look at Nightwing as
like little brother,
as a sidekick, right. in the sense that he looked at the new Robin, Tim Drake, because right. Tim Drake was like, you know, the little fella coming up. Mm-hmm. But on that same token, in my opinion, when LeBron James went to the Miami Heat, he was the Nightwing, mm-hmm. and Dwayne Wade
was Bruce.
Mm-hmm. And then we can say that Chris Bosh was Tim Drake. Yeah. But that was, when he went there initially, that was not his team. That was Dwayne's team.
Yeah, man. And it's like, dude, and it's his team because he already had a Finals MVP. See, when these journalists make these arguments, they gloss over that. Mm-hmm. That LeBron ran to a team. Like, he ran to that team.
Yeah, just like KD.
He was just like KD. He was so fast to get up out of Cleveland. I never forget when Cleveland got eliminated by Boston. He threw his jersey off and everything when he was walking down the tunnel. That's how you knew he was out of there so fast. He already had his mind made up that he wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to quit the Cleveland Cavaliers and go start somewhere else. And to me, that's why, like you brought up KD. That's why KD 2 rings really don't. It's like, yeah, he got 2 rings on paper. You're going to look at it. He got 2 rings, 2 Finals MVPs. Can't take that away from him. One of the most potent scorers that we've ever seen. Can't take that away from him. But it hit different, bro.
I'm glad that KD got it. I'm glad KD got it. I would have been happier if KD stayed with James Harden and then they got it.
Oh, well, yeah.
In OKC.
Well, James, he wanted to leave, though.
Yeah.
So it wasn't up to James Harden. It wasn't up to KD because James Harden was already gone. James Harden, because remember, with that team that lost to the Miami Heat, that's when Miami won their first one, right? And what was that, 2012? I think it was. So with that team in 2012, when they won their first together, they played against a young OKC team in the finals, right? Young Russell Westbrook, young KD, young Harden. That's when Harden came off the bench. It was before the beard and all that. He was the 6th man. Yeah, he was the 6th man.
Yeah.
but he was so good off the bench. He was instant offense, like Jamal Crawford. He was instant offense, and he was so potent with his scoring off the bench that they was like, that Harden and his agent, like, hey, we need the big money. And Sam Presti wasn't trying to give him that bread. So they kind of forced Harden out the door, OKC, because, I think where he go first? Houston? I think Houston gave him that big check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Houston was like, here, bro. And boom. So, he got that big check. Mm-hmm. So I can't blame that on that. But he could have stayed with, but Russell Westbrook, I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan. I respect Russell Westbrook as far as, because Russell Westbrook, he one of them sensitive athletes. If you don't think he shoot 20% from the three, and you say, man, you ain't got no shot, he get mad. He want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But there are some hecklers that be in the crowd that be like racist and say some inappropriate things. But it's like, dude, you can't fight the world, bro. People gonna say things, all right? Yeah. You can't fight the world, man. You're a rich man. You got more wealth. You got more than a lot of people ever would dream of, okay? Just take it and roll with it, bro. Who cares what they say? Who cares if they call you the N-word? Who cares if they say you this or call you West Brick? Or he wants to fight the world, bro.
Right.
Like, it's like, dude, chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I just say that to say that I think it would have hit harder if those three got it in the same way that it would have hit harder if LeBron never went to Miami. We know that Cleveland did win
in 16.
Yeah, but it was after he won with Miami first and then went back
to Cleveland.
If he would have stayed in Cleveland the whole time, it would have hit harder, man.
It definitely would have. And I feel like if LeBron would have been patient and waited and stayed in Cleveland, and they would have kept, but him and Dan Gilbert had that falling out. Remember? It was very public, very public falling out. And that's when they signed Kyrie and, drafted Kyrie, and, the Cavs sucked, but Kyrie was really good, and, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, man, I feel like if LeBron would have stayed there and they continued to build around him, it would have came. Eventually, he would have got there. He would have got to the pinnacle, and I think he would have achieved more than he did by running to Miami. I think if he would have stayed in Cleveland, he would have achieved more in Cleveland than he did running to Miami and putting this super team together.
Yeah.
They definitely underachieved.
I would have respected him more.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have.
Not that I disrespect him, but I would have, like, man, he was patient. He, like, all the things that the media make up. Mm-hmm. It would have actually been true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then again, we gotta look at it from this scope, and that's our old school thinking, right?
Yeah.
But then we gotta think about it from this perspective too, that the media put a lot of pressure on him. He was a kid coming out of high school, 18 years old. He the chosen one. He got chosen one tattooed on him.
Yeah.
Witness.
The king. King James.
Yeah, all King James, even though King James was an alcoholic in real life, but, I wouldn't want to be, like Nas says, Rockefeller died of AIDS. That was the end of his chapter. Right. And that's who y'all chose to name your company after?
Yeah, right.
Like, dog, like, that's who you want to be named after, dog? Like, all right, whatever. But do your research before you pick your names out, dog. Yeah. But it's just like, dude, I feel exactly like you do. I feel like he would have had more respect from different people. Like, the last episode, me and Lily, we were talking about Caitlyn, right? Yeah. And how Caitlyn has these fanboys with her. And she bring an audience that's just like a fandom that's blind and that's, to reality, right? Because they love her so much. So if you don't like her like they do, you're a hater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like LeBron fans, just like the Cowboys fans, just like the Celtics fans. Like, all these fans are like, if you don't like us, you're a hater. You're a hater. No, it's just not my jam. It's just not my cup of tea. It's just not my, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not that. But LeBron's fans are like that, right?
Yeah.
They feel like if you don't think he's the greatest, you're a hater. Like, what are you talking about?
it's kind of the world we live in, where it's like you got that Prince shirt on,
right?
You know, people think that there can only be one. Like there can only be you gotta like Prince
or Mike
or Michael, or you gotta like Elvis or the Beatles.
Right.
It's like, well, why can't I like both?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I only like one, why is that bad?
Right. And
so it's like it's kind of double standards.
It is, and it's like why can't I just have my opinion?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like why can't I? Why do I have to tear down Michael Jordan because I like LeBron? Or why do I have to tear down LeBron because I like Michael Jordan? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I prefaced everything by saying, look, I'm not tearing LeBron down, but I'm about to tell y'all what's real.
Yeah.
Right? So when somebody says to me, as we was talking yesterday, if somebody say to me, oh, LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, LeBron James is better than Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James is better than Magic Johnson, LeBron James is better than blah, 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 Larry Bird, whatever. Okay, if you make that statement, then you better have watched all them people like in real time.
Mm-hmm.
You better have watched them just like you watching LeBron in real time. Because LeBron is not doing nothing in my eyes. LeBron ain't doing nothing that we ain't never seen. We seen Grant Hill. We seen Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
He not doing nothing he's bigger, like he's more bulkier.
Yeah, I guess the
point forward.
The combo forward, point forward.
We seen that.
Yeah, we got a small forward who is controlling the offense.
Yeah, he does make better. I'm not saying
he didn't invent it.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that Grant Hill was better. I feel like if Grant Hill, when it never got hurt, we'll be having an argument about Grant Hill against Michael Jordan. That's how cold Grant was.
Yeah.
Previous injuries.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway never got hurt. We'll be making comparisons. You know what I'm saying? We'll be having arguments, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm not saying that, they're just as good as LeBron. Obviously, injuries and different trajectories of careers, different things happen to determine, that. So we can't say that. But what I'm saying is that style of play, what LeBron is doing, it's not new.
Yeah.
Right? That's not new.
Yeah.
That's not new. The triple-double. Oh, he get a triple-double. Jason Kidd, hello. We've been seeing triple-doubles.
I mean, you go before that. You got to Oscar Robertson.
The Big O. And that's before my time. So I can't speak on that. I wasn't educated on basketball when Big O was hooping, like how he was hooping. But we seen Russell Westbrook do it, 3-4 seasons in a row?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what did that get him, though?
Mm-hmm.
He filled the stat bars up every night, but he couldn't get out the first round.
Yeah.
That didn't translate to championships, right?
Right.
My thing is championships. I like winners. I like the champions, the dude that stand at the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The dudes that's almost at the top, yeah, they look cool. But no, that dude that's all the way at the top, that's the one I like, right? Mm-hmm. That's just me, right? But I just feel like, they make such a big deal because a lot of these people are prisoners of the moments, right? And if you saying that he's better than all these people, well, I really hope you watch these people. I really hope you watch Magic in real time. Because, you can look at stats like Nick Wright. Anybody can type up on YouTube and watch clips of Magic Johnson because it's just going to show you his highlights. But that don't show you the effect he had on people watching the game live.
Right.
Right? That don't show that. You can't quantify that. You can't explain that, right? You can't. Now, just like MJ, you can't quantify the effect that MJ had on you watching him live. I've seen games where MJ shot 6 for 25, right? Where MJ shot, 5 for 20, but he hit the game-winning shot. Mm-hmm. Or they still pulled out a win on an ugly victory. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's so much more than just looking at a stat bar, looking at a win-loss column, looking at, you know what I'm saying, like an average. But that's where we at right now.
Yeah.
That's where we at. And it's like that seems like it holds more weight than the effect. This was a cultural icon. Mm-hmm. We never would get this again, bro. So to me, how is he better than that?
Yeah.
How? On what level? You feel what I'm saying? And for y'all that's not watching, I'm pointing at MJ's jersey on my wall. Like how are we there? How did we get there? So I feel like we got there just by LeBron simply saying in the barbershop, his podcast, with what's his boy name, bro? Rich Paul and the other one, Maverick Carter.
Yeah.
They got that little barbershop little thing. And they was talking, yeah, man, in 2016, that right there made me the greatest of all time. I feel like that's like, dude, that's like Buck saying to me, dog, Darnell, I'm a grown man. Darnell, I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. Nigga, I know you a grown man. Like, I know you a grown man. I know that. I understand that. You don't have to tell me that, right? So if you telling me I'm the greatest of all time, that tells me you're insecure. You have to feed that to yourself. You have to feed that to your ego because you know you're not.
Yeah.
So you have to say, I'm the greatest of all. You have to pump yourself up. You have to be delusional, right? And say, I'm the greatest of all time. No, you're not. If you're the greatest of all time, then you shouldn't have to say it. It should never come out of your mouth. You should be answering a question. People asking you. People declaring you the greatest of all time. Not you saying it. That's whack. That's like a girl saying, I'm so pretty. I'm so pretty. I'm so pretty. Inside, she don't feel pretty. She got to say it. You feel what I'm saying? She got to brainwash herself. Like LeBron brainwashed himself and all his delusional fans, right? All his LeBroniacs. So as soon as he said that, I'm the greatest of all time, he go Shannon Sharp wearing GOAT mask, looking like a fool with a black and mild. Like, this is one thing I want to touch on this real quick too. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I hate about Shannon Sharp is not a smoker. He not. But what he would do on Skip Bayless show, right? Undisputed. He would play the blackface. Skip. Yeah. When LeBron do something good, he'll put a black and mild in his mouth and get some whiskey.
Right.
Hennessy, right?
Yes.
So what does that say? What does that say? You don't even smoke black and milds, bro. But what are you saying? You cooning.
Yeah.
You cooning, bro. Stop.
Yeah.
You throwing the GOAT mask on, looking like a fool, and you saying, oh, my grandma said this. My granddaddy said this. Skip. My grandma told me this. My granddaddy told me this. Skip. Man, stop, bro. Stop, man. You can make all the little sayings up you want and say what your grandma told you and be funny and try to play to the crowd. LeBron is never going to be the GOAT. You feel me? Like, he tries to play on that. And since he's the black guy going against the white guy, him pulling the black and mild out and him pulling the Hennessy out, all the black people like, you right. LeBron is the GOAT. You got Skip, the white guy, who's saying MJ to go, and Skip is spitting facts, though, but nobody wants to hear that because he's the white guy. He's the older white guy that never hooped. You got the black athlete over here with the black and mild in his mouth and Hennessy. He don't even smoke black and milds, but he doing that to what? To play that role. I hate that, bro.
Yeah, it's like it's like the class clown getting more attention than he is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So what he's saying stuff that don't make no sense. Oh, man, when I watch The Last Dance, all you see is Michael Jordan. Who you want to see?
Will Perdue.
Yeah. Tony Kukoc? You want to see Bill Wennington? You want to see Judd Bushler?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Randy Brown.
We want to see Randy Brown? Ask for tickets?
Yeah.
What are we doing, bro? You see what I'm saying? That didn't make no sense. You tried to take a shot at MJ by saying The Last Dance was all about him. What was the Bulls all about? The Bulls was all about Michael Jordan. If there was no Bulls and no championships without Michael Jordan.
And the people who say that, they aren't even correct to begin with. You know, I mean, there was like a whole piece dedicated for Phil Jackson. There was a whole piece dedicated for Dennis Rodman.
Steve
a whole piece
Kerr.
dedicated for
We got Steve Kerr's
Steve
backstory.
Kerr. Yeah.
His dad got murdered overseas. And yeah, bro. Dennis Rodman. I'm going to Vegas.
Yep.
Kamikaze.
Bad as I want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Kamikaze.
Didn't he marry himself?
Man, Dude was wearing wedding dresses and talk about
Carmen Electra.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't. It was all about Jordan. I mean, obviously
that's hate, though.
He's the leader of the team, but it's like it wasn't just we're gonna just cut out all these other guys.
But then in the same token, there's a clip of him with Ocho. Ocho, that's another clown, right? Him and Ocho Cinco. Anybody named change their last name, so you like, man, forget my birthright. Give me a bowl of that red. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how he acted. Like, man,
I get that reference.
Yeah. Y'all should get it. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So instead of Chad Johnson, he changes his name to Chad Ocho Cinco. Like, okay.
Like, congratulations.
Okay, yeah, congratulations. Okay. So that's another clown, right? So you got another clown that's, they got this clown show. They doing very well. They bigger than our platform. You feel me? They doing very well monetarily. He went on there. They went on their podcast and they was talking about how he seen MJ. And MJ, like, he had an aura to him, man. He just glazed MJ for like 20 minutes. But you just got done hating on this dude, though.
Right.
Like, you talk out of both sides of your mouth. So that show you right there. Like, it's manufactured. Mm-hmm. It's an agenda, right? It's a narrative being pushed. But the people don't see that. They just see the Black and Mild and the whiskey and the Hennessy, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, dog, I hate that junk. They see you downplaying The Last Dance. The Last Dance was monumental, bro. That's my favorite documentary series ever in the history of all documentaries, right? How can you sit and say, oh, man, it's just all about MJ? No, it's not just about MJ. MJ is the main character. That's like, I want to go to a concert and watch the Jacksons and Michael Jackson don't show up.
That's happened.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean that
I'll be ticked off.
I mean, I did like the 2300 Jackson Street.
Yeah,
I mean, it
was straight.
Jermaine had a good run.
Yeah,
it's because Jermaine was the lead singer, but people were saying, well, we want Michael. that's what they were saying.
I just think about how greasy Jermaine used to look.
The Kiwi shoe polish on his that's a whole other conversation.
Chris Rock crazy though. I just hear every time I hear Jermaine Jackson, I hear Chris Rock voice. That's a greasy.
It's glistening. Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, dog.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's another. But I'm just saying, like you said, 2300 Jackson Street was straight, right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Like the Bulls when MJ went and played baseball.
I dug it. Everybody said we want Michael.
Right.
Michael was on one song.
Yeah.
On the whole album.
So, just like the Bulls when Mike went to play baseball, they were straight. They had a decent year. They made the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got eliminated by the Knicks. They made the playoffs. Scotty quit on his team. Whatever. He got mad because Phil drew up a play for Coach, throwing chairs on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He made Bill Cartwright cry.
Right. But when that's brought up in the documentary, they get mad at MJ. Shannon Sharp got mad at MJ. Oh, you trying to just make Scotty look bad. Nobody can make Scotty look bad. He made himself look bad. Scotty did those things.
Yeah.
He did that. This is not something that they like, oh, let's dig this up. Let's go find. You ain't got to go find it. He did that live. I remember watching the game when he threw the chair on the court. I remember watching the game when he did not want to come back in and Kukoc hit the game winner anyway.
He's telling a story of what happened when he was not there.
So how is that making Scotty look bad? So he's just supposed to leave that out for Scotty, right?
I mean,
so he's supposed to tell Marcus to stop dating Larsa, right?
Scotty got on a live camera and a live. You done an episode yet?
What?
With episode
7. Not yet. That's coming.
Stay tuned.
Yep. Okay. Stay tuned.
Yeah, but I don't want to give it too much away. But he did say that I'd do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
If he had to do it all over, I'd do it again. So you did not have to get on a camera and a microphone and say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you did that to yourself.
So, and I don't want to veer away too much from our topic. Our initial topic is the Jordan LeBron debate. We kind of went over and spilled over a little bit.
Yeah, we pivoted a little bit.
But reeling it back in is because Shannon Sharp, I feel like, is very irresponsible with his takes, right?
Yeah, but if it was all about Jordan, then all that stuff wouldn't have been there at all.
Mm-hmm. But they love to make it all about LeBron, though, right? When LeBron won a championship 2016, I was hurt, bro. I was happy from a basketball standpoint, but I was hurt because I'm a Steph Curry fan. That's my team. That's my squad. Steph Curry, he choked, right? It's no other way around it. He choked. And T-Mac had made a point that he can't put Steph in his top 10 because there's been too many moments where if Steph a top 10 player, that he chokes up, right? They didn't make the playoffs this year. If you're a top 10 player of all time, your team at least getting in the playoffs. Them years when Russell Westbrook was averaging triple doubles every year, he was at least getting them into the playoffs. And he was like, it was like he was the number one option. Number two option was Steven Adams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was getting them to the playoffs, though.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, consistently. Steph got Clay, Draymond, sometime. And you know what I'm saying? Great, one of the greatest coaches, Steve Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
You know, great system, all that. Y'all can't make the playoffs this year. So Steph choked in 16. They up 3-1. You mean to tell me you being one of the greats and you can't get one game?
Right.
Even when game 5 is at home, it's time to go ahead and raise that championship banner at home. You get that home cooking, home everything. Y'all choke up at game 5 because no Draymond. Which I will forever blame Draymond for them losing that championship in 16. But at the same time, Steph Curry deserved a lot of that blame too. And then LeBron played like a maniac. He did. He played like a man. He averaged dang near 40 points a game in that series, man. And then that block on Iguodala in game 7. You know, it was a great win for him, right?
Yeah.
That to me is his best championship. Out of his 4, that's his best. I feel like the first 2 with Miami, you ran and hooked up, you know, with a Finals MVP already. That's kind of like it hit different. It's like the KD rings, right?
Yeah,
those 2.
Yeah, exactly.
The one in 16 is for real.
The return of Cleveland.
Yeah, that one.
I agree. That's probably his best one. Like I don't make him. I don't like the patting on the back. Patting on the back he did afterwards.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. His arm should be broke as much as he pat himself on the back.
Yeah.
And then what? The next one was in 20, pandemic, the Mickey Mouse ring. The bubble.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that one was like, it's a championship, bro.
Yeah.
I can't say it's an asterisk. I can't say it's not one of my favorite seasons. It happens. Like in 99. When it was only, 50 games in the NBA season and the Spurs won, that was one of the most boringest years ever to me in the NBA. Since I've been watching the NBA. And I've been watching the NBA since the early 80s, right?
Which year?
1999. The year the Spurs won, they went on strike.
It was like 53
season, games or something like
50
that.
games in the season.
Yeah. That was a horrible year to me, right? That year was boring as crap. Then
they canceled the dunk contest.
Everything.
They
canceled All-Star Weekend, everything.
Right.
It was horrible. That was like, and then the Spurs won. I'm not a huge Spurs fan, but I respect what Pop did with that team. Right? They were relevant all the way up to 2013.
I was glad to see a dream team guy in the Admiral David Robinson.
Yeah, he deserved it. The Admiral was a beast back in the 90s. He was a beast.
You got Tim Drake,
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. We were talking about Tim Drake earlier.
The big fundamentals.
Yeah.
But, you know, Twism for life. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, and then you got these guys that make up accolades for LeBron. LeBron is the only NBA player to make a layup with 6 minutes and 37 seconds left in the game. Like, they make up stuff. Like, LeBron is the only player to shoot and pass at the same time. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He's the greatest.
I mean, that's the reason why I look at stats so much, because guys will they'll either fabricate numbers or they'll take somebody's good numbers and put them with somebody's bad numbers.
Mm-hmm. So give me some examples. I know you got a spreadsheet. I know you got some data.
I do.
That you want to share, bro. Go ahead and share that, bro.
Okay. So this is Land of Basketball. I didn't just make this stuff up. But you go to landofbasketball.com and you can do LeBron James versus Michael Jordan season by season comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start from the top. Oh, that's another thing. LeBron James was a number 1 draft pick. Jordan was a number 3 draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's not saying much.
No.
So I mean, using that logic, Sam Bowie is better than Michael Jordan.
Yes. And Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem came out first, Sam Bowie second, and MJ third.
Yeah.
So
people throw that in there. It's like,
right.
It's a flex.
Yeah, like that's not a flex.
The fact that LeBron won with multiple head coaches.
I hate that argument.
That's not a flex.
That's not a flex, bro. That just show you he's not coachable. What's my man Dan Hurley with UConn? He just turned that job down today.
Yeah, breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news, y'all. If y'all ain't seen it, breaking news.
He
Dan
is not
Hurley
going to the Lakers.
Nope. And I don't blame him, man.
Yeah, they can JJ Redick.
Yeah, what was his name again? Jonathan what? Jonathan Clay?
Yeah.
Jonathan Clay Redick.
Yeah.
He's going to be the yes man for LeBron. You see, that's why they did the podcast. Like, It's so manufactured and it's so blatant that it's not even funny. Mm-hmm. It's like the Lakers aren't even trying to build a championship team. When you're a GM, you're a coach, you're an owner, your mind is always, should be, what's next, right? How do we get to the next level? Right? Mm-hmm. But, you know what I'm saying? They want to get Bronny and they want to do all these things. But back to the stats, though.
Yep, second round pick, Bronny.
Yeah. Right.
Good job.
Good job.
Anyway, so we're going to do apples to apples.
Let's do it.
Season 1 of Michael Jordan. Season 1, LeBron James, Sr. Now, LeBron James started in the 04 season. Michael Jordan started in the 85 season. They were both Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Jordan was in the All-Star game.
Yep.
And as a rookie, and that's not really fair to LeBron because at that time rookies were not allowed to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
that's not fair to LeBron. It's just
so we can't compare
just a statement.
Yeah.
But I will say that as a rookie, Michael Jordan was on the All-NBA second team.
Mm-hmm.
As a rookie, LeBron was not. They were both on the All-Rookie first team. So that's number 1. The Bulls lost in the Eastern Conference first round.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan did make the playoffs in his first season.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James did not.
Yep.
And let's talk about how many games they played. Michael Jordan played all 82 games. LeBron played 79. In fact, I think LeBron has only played 82 games like once.
Yep. In 20
and
years?
he's had 21 seasons. And he's only hit 82 games one time in 21 seasons. Michael Jordan has played 15 seasons. LeBron has been in the playoffs 17 times out of those 21. Michael Jordan has been in the playoffs 13 times out of his 15.
And the only 2 times he wasn't was with the Wizards.
Yeah. So Michael Jordan, he has a higher percentage of making the playoffs than LeBron. Michael Jordan averaged 28 points as a rookie. LeBron averaged 20 as a rookie. LeBron was under Jordan in all the stats, rebounds, assists. They were tied in assists, but Michael Jordan had more steals. Michael Jordan had more blocks. And so, like, as a rookie, their first year, hands down, Michael Jordan had a better rookie year.
Yep, hands down. And that's, you can't, and that's the thing what I'm talking about, man. It's like Jordan came in and put it down, bro. 28 a game as a rookie, bro. 28, what, 6 and 5? 28, 6 boards, 5 assists. LeBron, 25 and 5. And they tried to make it, oh, he's a pass first guy. He's pass. It's like every time with LeBron, the goalpost is moved with him, right? Oh, he's not a scorer. Then when he break the scoring record, oh my God, he's the greatest of all time. Like y'all just say he's not a scorer, right? Yeah. Like Gilbert Arenas made the most stupidest argument. Y'all said that LeBron James is not a scorer, but guess what? He got the most points of all time. Like, yeah, he played 21 years, Gilbert. Are you thinking, like, they don't think, bro? Like, that's that, dumb jock syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't pass math, dude. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? But let's get some more apples to apples, man.
My other spreadsheet, because a lot of this came from Atlanta basketball, but I kind of compiled it into an Excel page. Here it is. All right, so let's start with. We already mentioned how many seasons they played. Michael Jordan, I'm saying this tongue in cheek. He does not have an NBA cup.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess LeBron fans can say that,
like it's his fault that it didn't exist in 1985.
LeBron James got an in-season tournament.
Yeah, and an MVP
championship
during the NBA Cup.
All right, that's one thing he got on MJ, right?
Yeah. LeBron played in 20 All-Star games, which I hope he would if he had that many seasons.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan played in 14 out of his 15, including on the Wizards. He was on the All-Star team with the Wizards, and I think the year that he came back, well, it was too late. But when he was wearing 45, I mean, he was not on the All-Star team there for obvious reasons because it had he passed it.
Right.
But had he came back a little bit earlier, he could have been 15 for 15. So just let that be known. They were both All-Star MVP 3 times. LeBron was a season MVP 4 times. Michael Jordan 5. LeBron was a Finals MVP 4 times. Michael Jordan 6. And then LeBron does not have a DPOY. Jordan does.
9-time first team all defense.
LeBron was 5-time all defensive first team. So that's 4 less.
And we know he's not getting no more than that. Because he don't play no D now. He older now.
No, he just plays 15 minutes now, and then he goes eat some, a bucket of chicken on the bench after that. But I guess it counts. He played. He played the game. Good job.
There you go.
He started in the first quarter and then sat for the rest. We're not gonna be negative. That's my personal thoughts. We're gonna stick to the numbers here. LeBron James was a scoring leader 1 time. Michael Jordan was a scoring leader. You want to take a guess?
10.
10. Oh, you got it.
Yep. I'm looking at stats right now.
Yeah. Now, LeBron did lead the league in assists. Jordan has not. LeBron has never led the league in steals. Michael Jordan has led the league in steals 3 times. They're both Rookie of the Year. We've already talked about why Jordan had a better rookie year. They both have 2 Olympic gold medals. And now we're going to get into some cumulative numbers here. So obviously, total points, LeBron has more total points. And I hoped you would if you played
that many more games. Seasons than him.
Yeah. So LeBron scored 40,474 points to Michael Jordan's 32,292.
But at the same time, that's only like 7,000, a little close to 8,000 points more, and you played 8 seasons more, 7 seasons more. So that's not even like a whole lot, dog.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't like you blowing them out the water with that.
Yeah. It gets a little bit more interesting when I read this whole thing. It'll kind of put things into perspective. Let's talk about games played. LeBron has more, 1,492. to Jordan's 1,072. Points per game, LeBron 27.1 to Michael Jordan's 30.1. I'm going to put a bow on that because I want to come back to that because it's very important. Field goals made, LeBron has shot more, 14,837 to Jordan's 12,192. Jordan has way less 3-point shots made, 581 to LeBron's 2,410. And we all know that, Jordan has said that his 3-point shot, that is not like his primary, as we say in, Overwatch. That wasn't his primary move.
I mean, he didn't need to. That wasn't his game.
Yeah.
That was for Reggie Miller and them.
Mm-hmm. Free throws made, Michael Jordan has made 7,000 to LeBron's 8,000, although Jordan does have a higher percentage at the line. Mm-hmm. So Jordan was the more accurate shooter. Most points in the game, LeBron 61, Michael Jordan, you already know.
Mm-hmm.
69.
69, yeah, against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Most points in the season, 2,478 for LeBron. Michael Jordan, 3,041. So Michael Jordan has scored more in a season than LeBron.
And that's when they moved the goalpost. Oh, LeBron wasn't a scorer. He was a better passer.
Right. Michael Jordan has also scored more points in a playoff game. Like Michael Jordan scored 63 points in a playoff game. LeBron has scored 51. Michael Jordan has scored 55 points in a finals game. LeBron, 51 points in the finals game. Let's talk about turnovers. LeBron has 5,211 turnovers
in NBA history.
He's number one in turnovers. He also averages 3.49 turnovers per game. Michael Jordan has 2,924 turnovers. He averages 2.73. And so the efficiency leans to Jordan.
So playing devil's advocate and moving the goalposts. Oh, he handles the ball more than MJ. He plays point guard most of the time. And they'll move the goalposts on that too.
And there's one more thing I want to do. What I like to do right now is let's pretend that Michael Jordan played straight through from 19. We won't even say straight through. Let's just say that he stayed healthy. Let's say that he never got hurt in season 2. Mm-hmm. Let's say that James Jordan was never killed and he wouldn't have retired at the end of the 83 season. And let's just say he just played 93 season, correct. And let's just say that he played all the way from the 80s to like the early 2000s. And let's say that he's played in as many games as LeBron. Also, we'll say that LeBron played in the same amount of games that Jordan did. So I'm going to do a little bit of math here. Like if we take 27 times 1,072. So that's 28,000 points. That's what LeBron would have had if he had the same average under the same circumstances and he stopped at 1,072. He would have only had 28,000 points, which is less than Karl Malone.
Less.
It's less than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now let's pretend that Jordan played as many as LeBron did with his average under the same circumstances without skipping. So let's say 30.1 times the numbers that LeBron put up. So let's say we'll put that against LeBron's 1,400 games. So that's 1,492. Michael Jordan would have had 44,909 points, which is way higher than LeBron's 4,000.
40,000.
40,000.
That's 4,000 more. Yeah.
If it's 40,474. So LeBron, he would have had 4,000 less than Michael Jordan. So in other words, Michael Jordan, he had the ability to do way more
in less time
than LeBron James did in less time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my thing is with this, what does LeBron average for assists? His career average for assists?
I know it's higher than Jordan's. Let me get it.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, definitely higher than Jordan's. But which, if you can pull that up, because there's this narrative that 7.4. Okay, got you. So LeBron averaged 7.4 assists a game, and he's supposed to be the supreme passer, the best passer of all time, and this, that, and the third.
The best passer of all time?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Who said that?
I've heard that. I've heard it's Shannon. Shannon Sharp done said it.
He's a better passer than John Stockton?
They saying that he's a better player than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I'm asking.
So that's not a long shot for them to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not better than Magic, bro. It's just ridiculous to me. But MJ, who was supposedly a ball hog, right? Who was supposedly the just score only, right?
Yeah.
MJ career stats, you mentioned 30.1 a game, 6.2 boards a game, which is dope for a 6'6" shooting guard,
mm-hmm.
and then 5.3 assists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you telling me this ball hog averages 5.3 assists, right?
Yeah.
He averaged 5.3 assists. That's a lot of assists for a ball hog, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the greatest passer of all time, LeBron James, averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, 7.4. So he's so supremely better. So that's y'all argument? That's the goalpost moving? Oh, he averaged 2 more assists a game than Michael Jordan. He's better than him. How? Tell me on which front, bro. We just read through a lot of stats, you guys. You guys heard a whole bunch of numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We just did all these numbers. We played devil's advocate. We played what if. We played this and we played that. Now we're going to keep it a whole 100. Tell me on which front LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. He doesn't have more championships than him. He doesn't have more MVPs, more finals MVPs. He doesn't have a defensive player of the year. Michael Jordan, what's one of the dopest stat to me? One of Michael Jordan's dopest stat.
Which year?
The 6 and 6, 6 championships, 6 final MVPs.
Oh, right.
That's dope. But the dopest stat to me ever as a Michael Jordan fan was 1988. MJ won MVP. MJ won Defensive Player of the Year. That means he was the best player pound for pound. He was best offensively, and he was the best defensive player. He wins an MVP and a defensive player in the same year. Name me somebody who did that. That means you dominated the NBA. That means you were the best player on offense and you was the best player on defense. You killed it as a perimeter player, right?
Yep. So that was
as a perimeter player.
You said 88?
1988. He won an MVP, a regular season MVP, and he won Defensive Player of the Year.
So that was Jordan's 4th season.
That's to me.
Yeah. So
that's the dopest stat out of any basketball player ever.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna read these off. You already mentioned most of them. Season MVP, All NBA First Team, All Defensive First Team, Defensive Player of the Year, Scoring Leader, Steals Leader, All-Star Game Selection, All-Star Game MVP. Whereas in LeBron's 4th year, he was in the All-Star Game and he was All NBA Second Team.
That's it.
Put
a bow on it. Boom. Neither one of them had championships then. So we can't take that. So neither one of them had championships.
Yeah.
Apples to apples.
Right.
Tell me a player that wins a MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. Dog, that's ridiculous, bro. That means you dominated the NBA. That the refs didn't do it for you, Rasheed. David Stern didn't do it for him.
Yeah.
All you haters. This dude led the league in steals. He was a defensive monster. He was locking up whoever was in front of him.
Yeah, he was a disruptor.
It didn't matter. Yeah. Whoever was in front of him. He was getting weak side blocks on Patrick Ewing, bro. Mm-hmm. If y'all know, Patrick Ewing is a 50 greatest. One of the best centers to ever play the game, right? Mm-hmm. And he's 7 feet tall. Right. Michael Jordan 6'6".
Right.
I'm talking about he was weak side blocking his jump shot. Come on, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying by if you saying that LeBron is better than MJ, then I really hope that you've seen both of them play. And if you've seen both of them play and you still say LeBron is better, that means to me that you hated Michael Jordan for different reasons. Like I got close friends that, you know him, I ain't gonna name him, mm-hmm. but he hates Michael Jordan for the simple fact that he was such a huge Piston fan. Mm-hmm. I wasn't one of them guys when I was a kid. I got chased home from school for being a Bulls fan back in that day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When the Bulls swept the Pistons. I've told that story multiple times. But if someone don't like MJ, it's personal, right? It's one of them things where it's like, my cousin Cardell, I'll name him, he don't mind. But Cardell, when we were kids, Cardell was a Clyde Drexler fan, right? And I remember in the 92 finals, I was telling him like, oh, they gonna win, they gonna blow them out, da, 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 da. We dang near came to blows. Because that was the, shrug it out. Yeah. And he dominated Clyde. He showed how much better he was than Clyde Drexler. He showed that it wasn't close. Clyde was a threat. I ain't saying he wasn't a threat. Clyde was a threat. And he showed it. He showed it in that series. And my cousin Cardell would tell you to this day, he was not a Jordan fan, but he acquiesces and understands MJ's the GOAT. Mm-hmm. He still, to this day, is not like an MJ fan. Like, he likes Kobe. That's his guy. You know what I'm saying? Which is, hey, respect. But at the end of the day, and he's our age. He's from our generation. Yeah. Right? But he wasn't a Jordan fan back in the day. But he still recognizes, like, man, the dude is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, bro. I just can't stand the ridiculousness, right? Because it's straight up ridiculous to say things like that. Because for one, it's hate. For two, you are going off of what somebody else say. You being a mindless sheep, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have your own objective opinion. You're going off of what Shannon Sharp and Nick Wright is telling you because it sounds good to the ears. It's tickling the ears, right? Yeah. So that's your thing, right? Oh, yeah, he is the greatest because of this and that. Okay, whatever. So you mean to tell me you're the greatest because you won one championship against a team that choked, right? Yeah. And you know how they make this such a valid and a big thing? Because the Warriors was 73-9 that year. So they're trying to say that the Warriors was the greatest team. No, they just had the best regular season record ever, right? That don't mean they the greatest team. Because, in the NBA, you could win some games that you should have lost, and you can lose some games that you should have won. True. Right? Mm-hmm. The Bulls that went 72-10 proved that they were the best team ever because they won the regular season and they won the playoffs. That's a full season, right? Mm-hmm. Not just regular season. So that's how they like to tailor off LeBron being the greatest ever because he beat, not to mention he had Kyrie who hit the clutch shot to beat them in Game 7 in 2016. But at the end of the day, he beat the team that was 72-10, right? But then they add one player like KD, you lose in 5 and you get swept. But you're the GOAT, though. Right. So I don't want to hear that. Oh, because he went up against this team. It didn't matter. Jordan never went up because Jordan was that guy. Mm. He didn't have to go up against these other guys because he was that guy. Yeah. They had to go against him. Right. See, that's where the disconnect. It's like, dude, either you hate or if you young. We talked about this yesterday. If you young and you grew up, you was born in the 2000s, and all you know is LeBron James, all right, I feel you, right? I feel you. I get that. I ain't bashing you. If you listening to this show and you watching and you a young guy, and you a basketball head and LeBron was your guy, I get it. Because that's your generation, right?
Yeah.
That's what you grew up on. That's the best thing since sliced bread to you. But we're here to educate you. Like, LeBron ain't new under the sun, bro. What this guy was doing was new. Nobody was doing what he was doing. Mm-hmm. They used to compare, remember back in the day, they used to say, oh, Dr. J jumped from the free throw line, but Dr. J ain't look like that.
Right.
Oh, Dr. J did this and that. Dr. J ain't got 6. Mm-hmm. Dr. J ain't do that in Utah. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dr. J got him a championship with the Sixers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, again, I'm not stepping on other stars to uplift MJ. I ain't got to uplift MJ. His career and his numbers speak for themselves, bro. That's why I don't understand the argument. Like, what are you arguing? What is so great about LeBron that MJ didn't do? Because he grabbed more rebounds than, he got more assists than MJ. That's what it don't make sense, bro. You don't have more championships. You don't have better defense. You don't have better offense. You average more assists a game, but Jordan wasn't a player who needed to have assists. He was the killer. What do I need to pass you? Like he said, he hated the triangle offense. He said they give it to Bill Cartwright with 5 seconds left on the clock. That ain't team basketball. That's BS. Give me the ball. I'm the best option.
Yeah.
Right? When the game on the line, what LeBron do? He passes it. And everybody loved to coddle him, right? Oh, he made the basketball play. No. The basketball play is you're getting paid all the big bucks, take the shot. You the man. You the reason why the team here, right? Take the shot. I don't care if he open. Yeah, Jordan passed it time, to Paxson, to BJ, to Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
They all hit great clutch time shots in moments. But repetitiously, MJ was dying on that hill, whether he taking that shot and he make it or he miss it. So I don't want to hear and coddle and move the goalpost. Oh, yeah, he didn't pass it. Oh, he passed it because of this and because of that. No, man. Take the shot. Take the shot, man. But at the end of the day, bro, again, LeBron is a great player, but he's just not the greatest. Okay? So we can go apples to apples, orange to oranges, which we did. For you guys who's listening and who's watching, Buck dug up some good stats. And like he said, these ain't stats that he making up. Y'all can go share the website with him again, Buck.
It's called landofbasketball.com.
You can go there and compare whoever.
Yep. It's very detailed. Like you can break down season by season. Like you can see season 7 when Michael Jordan won his first NBA championship, which LeBron didn't do to his 9th season, by the way.
Yeah, and went to had help from Finals MVP.
The super
already.
team.
Yeah,
and
not 3, not 4, not 5,
right.
2,
not 6, not 7,
not 7, not 8. No, you're right. Not none of that. 2.
He was categorically right because it was not 7.
It was 2.
Yeah,
that was it. They super underachieved, bro.
Yeah, and I hate when people say that. Oh, well, Jordan. First, let's say, well, Jordan needed Pippen, but then you got other cats that will say, well, Jordan only won with Pippen and Phil Jackson. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like LeBron had multiple All-Stars, with him. Shaq,
Kevin Love,
yeah,
Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, right?
Right.
You know what
Chris
I'm saying?
Bosh.
He played with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. The list goes on.
He's had multiple
great players,
multiple partners, multiple teammates that were All-Stars, and you can say that Jordan. I mean, technically, Rodman was, but for the most part, it was Pippen. So you had LeBron, you had more All-Stars on your squad. Like, it stands to reason you should have won more.
MJ supporting cast, they build around, the core was Phil and Scotty. So they build around that core. You had your Randy Browns with the second run. You had your Scott Burrells, your Jason Caffey, you know what I'm saying? Then with the first run, Horace, BJ, John Paxson, and you know what I'm saying? Stacey King. You got the ones that they were interchangeable. They were replaceable,
Yeah.
Quiet as kept. Your Luke Longley, Will Purdue, you know what I'm saying? Bill Winnington, Judd Bushler.
Mm-hmm.
We can go on and on about the rosters. Robert Parrish, the Chief.
Right.
Bison you know Daly. What I'm saying? John Spider Sally. You know what I mean? So we can go on and on with supporting cast because you were right. You made a great point. LeBron definitely underachieved with the cast that he had.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of championship mode, let's get right into championship mode.
Yep.
We doing apples to apples. Let's compare finals, right? And finals appearances. So LeBron gets a lot of credit for being in the finals so many times. I think he gets more credit for being a second place winner than the actual champion.
Yeah, his trophy room is chock full of conference trophies.
Yeah, silvers. He's the silvers. The Army group.
Right.
The silvers. If y'all know, man. Y'all just don't get our sense of humor. But anyway, second place, his trophy room was full of Eastern Conference Finals champions. Right? What would you rather have, bro?
I'd rather have a gold.
I'd rather have that gold. I'd rather have that Larry O.
Yeah. Larry
O'Brien, man. And the finals MVP, the Bill Russell or whatever you want to call it right now. I just feel like, bro, now LeBron been to the finals 10 times, right?
Yep.
Been to the finals 10 times, bro. Hey, that's an accomplishment, man. That's an accomplishment, right?
Yeah. I mean, some people have never been, period.
Yeah, some people never been to the finals, like Gilbert Arenas.
Like your boy Gilbert Arenas. I was just about to say that.
But he knows generational talent, though.
Generational talent. I don't think Gilbert has been to a conference final.
Gilbert never been out the second round, my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I never been in the NBA, so what can I say?
Right.
But we not comparing me. We ain't talk about me. We talk about you. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a huge feat, bro. Yeah. Making it to the finals 10 times, right? That's great within its own right? But is that great? Is that all it is? Just I made it to the finals 10 times? Is that the greatest thing? And then they moved the goalpost. Oh, he took a bunch of nobodies. LeBron never played with nobodies.
No.
Let's get that together, right? If we compare the Bulls roster from MJ's rookie year all the way till 98, last shot, if we compare those rosters to every roster LeBron played with, come on, man. He clearly played with more all-stars, more potent people than MJ did, bro. MJ played with role players, and that's no fault to either one of them. It's because MJ didn't need nobody else, bro. He didn't need another finals MVP on his squad. He didn't need that. LeBron needed that. Did. My thing is, okay, you go to the finals 10 times. You win 4 out of the 10. You get 4 championships out of the 10, right? You don't get a three-peat. You get a repeat. You did a back-to-back. That's a huge feat. But it hit different. Like we was talking earlier about KD. His 2 championships hit different, bro. It don't resonate the same, right? Me as a Golden State Warrior fan, I was happy. My team, we beat LeBron in 5 one year. The next year, we swept him. So I was happy them 2 years. But at the end of the day, I think 2015 and 2022 holds more weight to, I think 2015 and 2022 holds more weight as a Warriors fan than those, what was that, 17, 18, the back-to-back years with KD? You know what I'm saying? Those hold more weight. So even though it's back-to-back, it's impressive in its own right. LeBron got back-to-back. He never got a three-peat.
Nope.
MJ got a three-peat. Jay got 2 3-peats.
Got twice over.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shaq got a 3-peat.
Yeah.
Kobe got a 3-peat.
Mm-hmm.
Did Magic get a 3-peat?
I feel he has.
I feel like Magic got a 3-peat.
He's gone back to back.
I know he went back to back for sure. I feel like he got a 3-peat, but I could be wrong. Because somebody else, nope, he doesn't have a 3-peat. Because I remember MJ was saying when that 93 year, which is my favorite championship run, he was saying he wanted that 3-peat so bad because Magic and Larry don't have that. Magic didn't have a 3-peat. And that would catapult him above, even though he had less rings than Magic, he's got 3. You know what I'm saying? A 3-peat.
Yeah, he won in 80, 82, 85, 87, and 88.
88. Yeah, 87, 88. That was the year 88 was the year they beat the Pistons.
Yeah.
And then the Pistons came back that next year in 89 and 90. That's when the back-to-back bad boys won. You know, and then after that, that's when Jordan just took over. You know what I'm saying? But
Kobe has a 3-peat.
A 3-peat.
And then he has a whole separate back-to-back.
A whole separate back. So how is LeBron better than him? Right? How is that better? You know what I'm saying? Tell me. I just want to know. So he's got more losses on the big stage, right? He got swept multiple times in the finals. Out of them 10 losses in the 6 losses in the finals, he been there 10 times. He won 4, so he's 40% in the 40%. Finals.
Yep.
That's failing, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's failing.
Yeah.
When you comparing him to another guy who's 100%, perfect. What's better than perfect? And you're not a role player. We're not talking about Robert Horry, right? Yeah, Robert Horry got 7 rings, but Robert Horry was a role player. Robert Horry has no finals MVPs, bro.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the guy.
Yeah. Or
he was swept 3 times. So 07. No, LeBron was only swept twice in the finals. LeBron was swept twice.
The Spurs swept him.
The Spurs swept him in 07.
In 18.
18, the Warriors swept him.
And in 23.
23, they didn't go to the finals. That's just eliminated out the playoffs.
The conference finals.
Yeah. No. They never. He been swept in the finals twice. Dang near 3 times. They got gentlemen swept in 17. You know, the Warriors 4-1 them in 17. But anyway.
Yep.
So we go back to we comparing apples to apples. So finals to finals. And this is another thing too that dudes say that I hate. Oh, it's not about rings. Then what it's about? You know who say it ain't about rings? People like Gilbert Arenas. Because he don't have a ring.
He ain't got none.
He ain't got none. Yeah. So that's why it ain't about a ring. But people like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they know their legacy means everything.
Yeah.
Right? So winning championships means everything. They sacrifice spending time with their families. They sacrifice. Michael Jordan probably sacrificed his first marriage, bro. Was it Yvette Jordan? No, I keep saying her. Juanita Jordan. You know, his first wife. Their relationship probably, ripped apart because of his dedication to the league, right? His dedication to him wanting to be at the pinnacle. Because when you are that great, you can't have any distractions. You isolate everything. You have tunnel vision, right? You have tunnel vision. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady came back to the NFL and lost his wife. His wife told him, like, come home. He like, no, I got to get this other championship. And he did. He got another championship, right? He got that 7th Super Bowl, which cements his legacy. I don't understand why he did the whole, what's the thing when they talk about you bad? The roast. You see the Tom Brady roast?
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that, man.
Yeah.
But Kevin Hart roasted him, bro. Like, tough. He looked like he wanted to fight Kevin Hart, bro. Like, he said some really harsh stuff. And it's like, don't put yourself out there like that. But whatever. Yeah. It's Tom Brady. So, but at the end of the day, when people say, oh, it's not about championships, yes, it is, bro. It is. Do you think Charles Barkley would trade his best statistical season and that regular season MVP in 1993? He would trade that for a championship ring.
Charles
and
Barkley
the Finals MVP.
definitely regrets not winning.
Come on, man.
In 1993, the people who say that it ain't all about rings. Like the people who say that, I feel like either they care more about the money or two, they're stat chasers.
Yeah, exactly. Like Russell Westbrook will be content the rest of his life with his basketball career without a ring because he got the record on triple doubles.
Yeah.
He good with that. He cool with that. You know what I'm saying? If I was an NBA player, I'm not cool without not having a Finals MVP, let alone a Finals appearance, Gilbert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. But anyway, so when they talk about, it ain't all about championships. It ain't all about rings. Okay, well, if it's about rings, then Bill Russell was the greatest of all time. Okay, let's keep it in perspective. When Bill Russell played, it was 10 teams in the league. It was 10 teams in the league.
Was there a shot clock when he played?
It wasn't a shot clock. It wasn't a 3-point line.
Yeah, I think some of these things were just getting put in. Like,
come on, man. They just cut the bottom out the peach basket.
Was goaltending?
I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, goaltending. Different rules were being
I can't remember if it was before or after Bill Russell, but it was around that same time.
They wasn't even keeping stats really.
This like block. They didn't count. I don't think they counted blocks. It was so much that they added because these centers was just doing whatever they wanted to do. And once they started adding these additional things, you started to see it's not so much about centers. Now it's about like hitting threes and doing these other things like at the perimeter.
And then Bill Russell played with John Havlicek. He played with Bob Cousy.
Yeah,
like come on, man. Like what are we talking about? So do your research before you listen to these stupid arguments that people say. Oh, well, if we're going to compare rings, then Bill Russell is the greatest. So that kills your argument more because that pushes LeBron even further down. So if Bill Russell the greatest, he got what? 11, 12, 13 rings? Like 12 as a player, 1 as a coach?
He's got many more than LeBron.
Yeah. So that pushes LeBron even. So if he up there, then you got the captain. You got Robert Horry. Robert Horry is second. He got 7.
Robert Horry's got more than LeBron.
Yeah. So Robert Horry got 7 rings, right? Yeah. So now, then you got MJ with 6. You got Kareem with 6. You got Kobe with 5. Magic with 5. Then you got Shaq with 4. Steph with 4. LeBron with 4. Look how far you just pushed them down. What's your argument? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, if we talk about rings, then Bill Russell the greatest. Okay, well, Bill Russell, he might have the most wins of all time in a league where it wasn't talented. It wasn't that talented. It was only 10 teams. Mm-hmm. So you got to keep that in perspective. And out of the 10 teams, this team was stacked. Come on, man. What are we doing, man?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like Karl Malone has 0, but nobody is saying that Darko Milicic is better than Karl Malone.
Yeah, man.
So like I guess what we're trying to say is you have to look at everything.
Yeah.
Like you have to look at all the data.
Yeah.
You can't just look at one thing and then ignore these 10 other things. You need to look at
all 10,
everything on the table
in its entirety.
Yeah.
And my thing is let's get away from this notion or this narrative that championships don't matter. If championships did not matter, these guys would not work as hard as they do. Mm. Look what we're seeing in the finals right now with Dallas and Boston. You think championships matter to Luka? You think a championship would matter to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and the rest of that squad?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I think so.
Stop talking that foolishness, bro.
Yeah, I mean, none of those guys, like, it's going to be a new champion this year. Like, it's going to be a guy, at least somebody on both teams, like, either your number 1 or your number 2. That's going to, like, outside of Kyrie Irving, because he's already got, he already got
a championship.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, it's just like, okay, let's get back to it, right? So we removed that narrative. Championships don't matter. That's asinine. That's a ridiculous statement to make, right? Championships do matter.
The thought that LeBron had no help.
Yeah. LeBron didn't have help.
I want to read you some names from the 2012 Miami Heat. Shane Battier.
Come on, man.
Chris Bosh.
Duke. Chris Bosh.
Udonis.
UD.
Juwan Howard.
Come on, man. Fab Five.
Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh.
Finals MVP.
How was that no help?
Mario Chalmers.
Eddie
Very
Curry.
formidable point guard out of Kansas.
Yeah, how was that no help?
Yeah.
So LeBron, he just did all the work.
Yeah, he did everything by himself.
He did all the work in 2012, right?
Yeah, and he the reason why D-Wade got a Finals MVP too. It's all LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so ridiculous, bro.
He helped him before he got there.
Yeah, he helped him before he got there. They had dinner one night, and he was like, D-Wade, you going to win the championship. D-Wade was like, all right.
Yeah, he just sprinkled some pixie dust
on him. Yeah, pixie dust. Yeah. Gave him some Jesus juice, and he was good. So... and so it's like, dog, all right. So we eliminate the narrative that championships don't matter. We eliminate the narrative that LeBron didn't have help.
Yeah.
And again, we're looking at championships. So the championships define the greats, right?
Mm-hmm.
The championships separate the greats from the greats, right? It separate the stars from the superstars, right? Mm-hmm. It separates them. Like, you can have a person, J. Kidd, right? I'm going to bring J. Kidd up because he's one of my favorite point guards of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kidd, I watched him at UC Berkeley or California, University of California. Point guard, big point guard too, 6'5". It's funny, me and Jelani was just talking about this the other day. Jason Kidd is a monster, was a monster, right? When he finally got his championship in Dallas, he was kind of on the decline back then, right?
Yeah.
But all them years in Phoenix.
Yeah.
His first run with Dallas. Mm-hmm. All them years in Phoenix. Then, his New Jersey years. Man, nobody couldn't mess with J. Kidd, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he has one championship, right?
Right.
Steph Curry has 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as tradition, we already had the discussion. Traditional point guard, Steph Curry is, to some people, is a modified 2 guard playing a 1.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I get that. I can understand why, people would say that. But at the end of the day, that kind of separates that J. Kidd got that 1 championship, 1 and 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at Steph got 4, 1 Finals MVP.
Right.
MJ got 6. And 6. You see how big that gap?
Yeah.
It separates, bro.
Yeah.
It separates the one. So I don't want to hear championships don't matter. I don't want to hear that. That's okay. If you tell me championships don't matter, I mean you have a loser mentality. I mean we shouldn't be talking anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's been to the finals 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
He's won 6 times.
Never seen a game 7.
He was the best player on his team 6 times.
And never seen a game 7.
Right.
6 times. I don't know. And then the most impressive thing out of the 6 times, they're both 3-peats. You know how hard it is to win back-to-back, let alone 3-peat, and then let alone do it twice, and then win 72-10? Like, what are we talking about right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so...
And let's be honest, he would have won 8.
Let's be honest. Probably more than that. If Jerry Krause wasn't in the way.
Yeah.
And his dad didn't get brutally murdered on the side of a road. When people say, oh, he went on vacation, people like Shannon Sharp say thoughtless, idiotic statements. Oh, Michael Jordan was on a hiatus or on a vacation a year and a half. No, he left because his daddy was murdered, you idiot.
Mm.
You feel me? Like, stuff like that. It's like, dog, don't be a thoughtless, you know what, bro. Just kind of, you know what I'm saying? If you were going to be a LeBron fanboy and wear your LeBron pajamas and get in your LeBron blanket and get up and lay your head on your LeBron pillowcase, you know what I'm saying? Have your LeBron dreams, then do that, all right?
Yeah.
Do that.
If that would have never happened, and don't get me wrong, like, I like Olajuwon, I like Kenny Smith, but Bulls would have beat Houston.
Of course. Any day of the week, bro. Any day of the week. Olajuwon knew that. That's why Olajuwon like, let me get mine.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go and get mine, bro. Olajuwon knew that. They came in the same year. Jordan was winning the whole time that he was in the league. So, but at the end of the day, bro, 10 finals appearances, 4 wins. We just said 40%. No three-peat in sight. You lost more than you won on the grand stage. I don't want to hear excuses of who's on your team. And you the greatest all time, right? If you the greatest, then you make everybody else better. That's another thing. It's this narrative because Jordan was a mean player. You got lame jokers like Horace Grant. Oh, man, he was a screaming devil when we played with him. He was this and that. Well, he got you 3 rings, Horace. When you ran over to Orlando and thought you was going to get another ring, what happened? You got swept, bro. You ain't never seen another championship, bro. So if I was anybody on MJ team, I love the way BJ talked about MJ. BJ was like, yeah, you can't be nice being like that. To be as great as he is, you can't be nice. Look where nice gets you. Go ahead, be like LeBron. Be nice. Right? He's smiling, all teammates celebrating on the sideline and all this. Then when they start losing, what he do? Well, I did my part. I played my game. My guys didn't show up. And we're top heavy as F. And come on, bro. Throw everybody under the bus.
Yeah.
That makes your team better? Or when you lose because Scotty got a migraine. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Scotty got a migraine. So when you lose in 1990, what BJ said they did, MJ went straight to the gym the next day. They didn't go on vacation. MJ went to the gym and pulled the team with him. Willingly or unwillingly, they went. And what happened? The next year, they get a championship. The next year after that, they get another one. The next year after that, they get another one. So, obviously, he made his team better. Right? It ain't about getting more assists making your team better. Do that really make your team better?
Yeah, the other thing, they like to throw in the losses. Like, how many times did Bulls lose to the Celtics? How many times did they lose to the Pistons? It's like, well, how many times did the Heat lose to the Spurs?
Yeah.
How many times LeBron lose to Tim Duncan?
Yeah. How many times LeBron got swept in the finals?
Yeah.
All right. MJ never got swept in the finals. MJ got swept in the first round. All right. LeBron got swept in the first round.
It's like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Right?
Yeah.
So don't tell me again, man. Show me clear-cut difference. Give me an argument that can make me ponder. That can make me think like, dang, how I'm going to address that?
Yeah.
What? Oh, he got 40,000 points. Okay, he played longer than MJ. He played longer than a lot of superstars.
Yeah.
He averaged 27 a game.
He played more games with a lower point per game average.
Yeah, significantly longer.
Yeah.
Made more threes. Significantly more threes.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So don't tell me, okay, the scoring thing. Okay, that's out the window. Because if we bust it down to average, meaning your performance as you play, MJ did more than you in less time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about impact. Cultural impact. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? It's not even close, man. The red and black, bro.
Yeah.
23, bro. What number LeBron wear? And why? He even said it himself.
23.
I wore 23 because I wanted to be like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time. Then turn around and say he the greatest of all time. You disrespectful, bro. You a narcissist. Yeah. You insecure. Your son's rocking J's. At the ESPYs or whatever award show they went to, his sons had on J's. Both of them had Jordans on. They ain't had LeBron's on. So what are we talking about? You not better than Jordan in the cultural impact area? Because dudes who love LeBron so much, I bet you they'll go get some new J's if they came out. If they drop the bread 11s tomorrow, I bet you everybody be at the store buying them up.
Yeah.
Whether they love LeBron or not. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So don't tell me that he's better than him. He doesn't have a bigger cultural impact. He didn't have more of an impact on endorsements. How do you think LeBron got a deal with Nike?
Because Jordan did it first.
Oh, my goodness. He paved the way for y'all, and y'all are that disrespectful?
Yeah.
To say, oh, I'm better than him, and you ain't did nothing that he did? At least with Kobe, you can argue, hey, man, Kobe scored 81 points. That's impressive. That's impressive. 81 points. You can say, oh, man, it was the Raptors. They trash. Those are professional grown men. You think Kobe say, oh, well, they trash. I can score 81 tonight.
Yeah, right now there's an abundance of food on the table. Michael Jordan built the table.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He the table. Y'all put the food on it. So my thing is this, bro. He been to the finals more than MJ. He lost more than MJ in the finals. He got swept more than MJ ever did. He doesn't have any three-peats. He doesn't have the cultural impact. His sneakers don't even come close to MJ's. His sneakers don't come close to Kobe's. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no one's looking on the calendar to see when, they're going to re-release some of the bronze that came out when he won in 2012.
Yeah, we don't even know what shoes he wore in 2012.
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you neither. I think the LeBron 10s maybe. But at the end of the day, like, what are we doing? LeBron jerseys don't sell as much as MJ jerseys. LeBron fans in LA, the LA fans don't even like my white babe. You from LA. Do they like LeBron in LA as the Lakers fans?
No.
Nope.
Not real Laker fans.
Not the real ones. Jared, our homeboy Jared. You know Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Jared is a Laker diehard. Can't stand LeBron. Laker diehard, bro. He don't like LeBron, though. Because he hate the fact that LeBron inducts himself as the GOAT.
Yeah.
And Jared is a diehard Kobe. Kobe is his guy. And Jared older than both of us. But he likes Kobe. But, hey, I respect that. I'll respect that more than LeBron. You liking LeBron more. Come on, man. I still beg to ask the question, what has LeBron done that MJ hasn't? What has LeBron done that Scottie Pippen hasn't? Scottie Pippen was a Robin and won 6 championships. LeBron was a Robin and got 1. He got 3 as the Batman.
Yeah.
Right? None of them was back-to-back. Pippen got 2 3-peats as a Robin. I find that more impressive. He knew his role. He played his role. Now because, Marcus Jordan lost a thing, which is over with now. He was just dragging Jordan. How he was a very horrible teammate. But that was out of, you know what I'm saying? That was just out of, Pippen was going through something. I think one of his children died. He was just going through a lot, man. And they talking about he was drinking a lot and all that. And I can imagine that. You lose a child, man. But at the end of the day, dog, again, I'm gonna leave y'all with this argument, and I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna pass it to Buck. I'm gonna leave y'all with this argument to all the viewers and listeners. Just show me a better stat that MJ, regular season MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same exact year. Show me that from LeBron. Anybody. Wilt, Kareem, show it to me. And then that will prove, and this is before championships. So if championships don't matter, remember, championships don't matter, right?
Right.
So this 1988, this is before championships, right? This is the threes. This is from the line. This is that year. Dunk contest. Hold on. Let's look at real quick. 1988. That was his first MVP. 1988, All-Star Game. 1988, he won the All-Star Game MVP. 1988, he won Defensive Player of the Year. 1988, he was first team All-Defense. 1988, he was the steals leader. 1988, he was the dunk champion. Dog, what do you want this guy to do throughout the whole year? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you dominate the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That's the stars of stars.
Mm-hmm.
And you shine brighter than all of them.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron has ever had like that many accolades
In 1 year.
in a single year.
Nobody, man.
Yeah.
Nobody. I can't find nobody.
Yeah. Jordan's finals numbers are higher. His averages
ridiculously high.
His total amount of points. That's all higher. Jordan played in a much more physical league.
It's the flock king.
When you got you're getting sucker punched by Bill Laimbeer,
bro.
The Jordan rules, all that stuff. Where you can like knock a guy out, hit him to the floor,
and it's still not even a technical foul.
The rep says nothing.
Yeah, it's just a regular
foul. What's my man who's like, I'll allow it.
Tim Donahue.
That's the gambling guy.
Yeah, the cheater.
Mills Lane.
Oh, Mills Lane. Yeah.
Where like the refs they're just like not saying nothing.
Yeah.
Like this dude just got knocked to the ground. Nobody says anything, and then like they had hand checking, all this stuff that LeBron does not have to worry about.
He don't have to worry about it because, and people like to say, "Oh, MJ complained to David Stern." Well, if a big 6'10" dude elbow you in your head and knocking you out the air, when you say something, and you ain't getting the proper foul, wouldn't you say something? I would. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It was a much more physical league. LeBron is nowhere near physical when somebody's fouling him.
He looks physical.
Yeah.
But, like a little love tap.
Yeah.
And he goes flying 50 feet.
Yes. The flop king, bro. But at the end of the day, man, it's like, okay, I keep saying at the end of the day, I guess our day should be ending, right? But, I just feel like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more catered to offense right now. These owners and the commissioner has changed the game to make defense a disadvantage right now. Defense, you're at a disadvantage. Defense. Look how, dude, these dudes scoring points.
You're not feeling about defense.
No.
I mean, you got like James Harden just letting guys like blow by him.
And then these guys are so good offensively nowadays because everybody works on their game, right? Everybody works on their individual game hard. And I give them those props. But you look at a guy like Luka Doncic. You can't guard Luka one-on-one. Like, you can't guard nobody one-on-one in the league nowadays. These guys, because for one, the way defense has to be played, you're at a disadvantage. And for two, these guys are good, man.
Yeah.
They can put the ball in the basket, bro. They're good. They're great offensive players. And I like to think they get a lot of that from Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I like to think so.
I like to think that. But, man, what do you think, man? Before we wrap it up, any final thoughts for you, bro? Anything you want to add?
Just watch the tapes.
Just
go back and watch those. Just watch those clips.
Yeah, man.
Like watch the game for yourself.
Yeah.
And like, don't let somebody else tell you. See it for yourself. Like what they say in Missouri. It's the show me state.
Yeah. Don't let Shannon Sharp fool you with his fake black and mild and his Hennessy, with the black face. We do it again, boss. Yeah. Tell them about the gun line, boss. New York City 1, New York City 2.
Shucking and jiving.
Yeah, man.
Skip. No.
Skip. Come on, Skip.
Yeah.
Skip. Not Skip. Come on, Skip. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up, bro. I think we touched base. I think we did great with the stats.
Yeah.
I think you did an excellent job digging up those stats, bro. I think that was dope. I think our listeners and our viewers would appreciate that. I know I do. That was dope.
Thank you.
And then too, man, just like I said, man, I challenge you guys. We both challenge you guys to do the work, man. Do it for yourself. Don't listen to Shannon Sharp. Don't listen to Gilbert Arenas. Don't listen to Nicholas Wrong. Don't listen to JJ Redick. Find out for yourself, because you know what? They imperfect.
See with your own two eyes.
Yeah, man. Check it out for yourself. Now, a lot of that too, watching tapes and stuff like that, we're in a different generation. We're in a microwave generation.
Yeah, I said tape. That's like old school. Like I call DVD a tape.
Right.
You know,
but and then DVDs is even old school nowadays.
Yeah, they got PS5s with no drive in it.
Yeah. So everything is like digital. Phone and YouTube and So, but I just challenge you guys to do the work, bro, for yourself. And then at the end of the day, bro, all you got to do is, and it's hard for this generation because it's a microwave generation, and it's not a knock towards you guys.
Yeah.
Right? Technology is at an all-time high, and it's continuing to grow. You got AI stuff all over the place. You got, technology is continuing to move forward.
Streaming.
Right?
Everything's streaming.
So, and then everybody's, attention span is but that long.
Yeah.
Right?
Like you got the what do you call it? Reels.
So it's hard to, again, I used the word earlier, it's hard to quantify the impact that MJ had on the culture, period. From the love of basketball, the love of sneakers, period, bro. The culture in its whole, in its own right. So, again, this is not a video or a episode that we are bashing LeBron James. We gave LeBron his flowers, but we're going to keep it a whole buck. I don't agree with a lot of the nonsense, and I can't stand the narratives that's created because it's manufactured. It's not real. It is an agenda, as you like to use the politics, right?
Yeah.
How politics do.
Yeah.
Politics has an agenda. Mm-hmm. Every politician has an agenda, whether it's a good agenda or a selfish agenda. Mm-hmm. They have one, right? Mm-hmm. So that's just like sports talk radio and sports journalism. They all have an agenda, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody wants that hot take. Everybody wants that upper, leg or upper hand or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, but y'all don't believe everything y'all hear, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because some of these dudes hoop don't mean they know basketball.
Right.
Generational talent. Gilbert Arenas says Steph Curry is not a generational athlete.
This so-called new media.
Draymond Green thinks he's the best defender of all time. Like, Gilbert Arenas says Steph Curry is not a generational talent. Like, what are we doing, bro? I don't, JJ Redick said, back in the 80s and 90s, it was plumbers and electricians hooping. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like, y'all are the worst, man.
Yeah,
because they have them platforms, right? They get them big paychecks, and they have these platforms, and they can say what they like.
Yeah, like, they don't just let anybody in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you have to be, like, somebody thought you was good.
Yeah.
To let you in the NBA. Like, it's not their fault that it wasn't that much money back then.
Yeah.
And like, people weren't really watching. People watched the NCAA more than the NBA during the 60s and 70s. Mm-hmm. And like, NCAA made buku money. Mm-hmm. They still do to this day.
And one pan of athletes, nothing.
So it's like, well, I might have to get a second job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But like, don't say that, oh, well, this guy didn't devote his entire, because he's not devoting, like, he doesn't eat, breathe, and sleep, with the basketball. He's a plumber.
Yeah, he can't right now. Like you said, his circumstances don't allow him to do that.
Yeah.
But when the circumstances did allow the athletes to eat, sleep, and basketball, everything, every day, that's what we got. Mm-hmm. We got a guy who won 6 and never lost.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I don't,
like, maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, like,
right.
like our boy JJ Redick was.
Yeah, like Jonathan Clay, who went to Duke. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. But anyway, man, look, man, excellent job on the stats,
Thank
my
you,
boy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, thanks for falling through, man. Well, not even falling through. You the co-host, so thanks for being here on this episode.
Good to be here.
Yeah, man. And we're gonna continue on to keep pushing forward, man. So again, this wasn't a slight to anybody of any generation, any age bracket, any fan group or nothing like that. We just spit facts, man. Again, show me how LeBron is better than Mike and Kobe.
Yeah, we're not
Magic, and just show me.
Yeah,
that's it.
We're not bashing any LeBron fans. We're not bashing anybody who puts on a LeBron jersey, who puts on LeBron's shoes.
Yep.
Like we're not doing that anything at all. Like if we're doing anything, it's probably an indictment on these people that depend solely on LeBron James when what they should be doing is trying to find out who the next star is and maybe educating your audience who the next star is.
Yeah, they just, and it's just the irresponsibility of guys who have large platforms saying ridiculous things. Steph Curry's not, we already, saying ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to me to hear that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, these ain't guys like Mad Dog on ESPN. These ain't Skip Baylesses that's saying these ridiculous things. These are athletes. These are guys who played the game. So you would think they know, but they don't know. That don't mean they know. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is, man. So again, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. If you're on your own journey, always continue to keep making noise until somebody hear you. And then finally, when they hear you, because your day and your time and your season is coming. And when it does get here, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man.
Yep.
You feel me? So we love you guys very much. Thank you for all the love and support. This channel is nothing without you guys. We appreciate it. Road to 1K every Monday, 9 a.m. Comment, like, subscribe, tap in with the movement. And we'll see y'all on the very next episode next week, man. Love you guys, bro. See y'all. Peace.
Take care.